Alrighty. I think we're just going to go ahead and start because I have started myself. I'm just finishing up a couple of the patches that we were working on Friday. But I'd like to, I'll just go ahead and include you guys in on the process. Might as well. Uh, because the purpose of today is, well, we're going to finish up these patches. We're going to make some more sounds. And then we're going to export them out of my software I'm working in, and then bring them into the online DAW Soundtrap, and then we can continue from there and make some more progress on it. Cool? Alright. So then let's go ahead and jump right in. I'm pretty sure there's going to be... I haven't brought this up yet, so there might be a problem with my camera and or my streaming little device that gets the feed from my computer. So let's see, quick test. Camera's off, I know this. I already unplugged it and plugged it back in, so it's just a matter of restarting it in the software. So give me a second, I'm gonna do that. Alright, I'm there. Oh, cool. Green screen. Whoa, focus, focus. Awesome. Okay, so I'm here. Hello. Hi. Okay. That's good. And that is as expected. It's broken. That's fine. It's just a matter of restarting the source because that is a software issue. There we go. Alright, so last time I had made a couple of things in my own synthesizers and went off and on explaining about how parts of them worked and not. So I think Friday was last stream was kind of more of a chill stream, at least for me, in terms of like kind of just explaining what's going on, because I doubt that at least for the people I know who I was teaching last summer camp, I don't know if this is something that you all would get into, but since I've said this a couple times now, but I use my DAW as a teaching tool because it's got all my software in it, and I can make the sounds that I'm used to making and then use them, because not only is it better for me to teach in, it's way more feature rich than Soundtrap. And Soundtrap's got its severely limited, but its collaboration features are quite good. Unfortunately, I have not got a chance to use them yet. Hopefully, sometime this week that we can get some collaborators. I keep saying it, but nothing really happens. I'm counting on just myself here at the moment. I guess I need to reach out to people. Perhaps I could make a Facebook post or something saying I'm live, but it's available for anyone who wants to come see it. In fact, I could, let's see, maybe you could join in? I'm not sure. If she shows up on the stream, then she can participate. But I'll have to make this particular lesson plan for someone to join in on. You know, right now today it's just kind of getting these sounds done, getting them into the arrangement, and just talking about not just sound design but arrangement. You know, what is arrangement, and how do we arrange things? Well, we need things to arrange first. So that's what we're working on now. We've got some sounds already in our project. I haven't pulled it up yet, so I'm just going to work in Ableton for now. I don't have the soundtrack pulled up. So I'll pull that up in a moment. But right now, I'll just show you some of the bass patches I've got going on. So I've got several tracks right here on the right. Also, let me let me launch my mouse software. Okay, so on the right here we have our tracks. All the blue ones are the synthesizer tracks. This one's much bigger because it's showing all the automation lanes. Something in Soundtrap that's similar. You have automation lanes, but they're very limited in what you can automate. Like, remember, it was only pan, sweep, and volume. And sweep gave you a couple basic like transition effects, but on volume and pan, that pretty simple stuff. Not much. You can do a lot with it. You can do fades and move stuff around with pan and all that, but like you can't like change the sound's quality in real time like with this. I can automate all manners of things. Like this is a macro, and this macro controls like 4 other parameters inside. I'll show you. So we've got our tracks here. Down here we have like our instruments and our effects. So this is the instrument here, Serum, and then next to that I have these bars, and these show me what I am currently automating. This basically gives Ableton the ability to move some of the stuff inside Serum. Serum being like the so this is like a program within a program, like an add-on, and Ableton's controlling, automating the stuff inside here. And namely, it's these macros control these 4 knobs here. There's these mods, cutoff, wavetable position, stereo, and high pass filter. What does the mod wheel control? Oh, it controls the filter. Well, that's not really necessary. Anyway, but yeah. So it controls these 4, and I'm moving them around on the tracks here, and you can see all these lines represent motion of these knobs. So I'll just let you hear it. It's kind of crazy. I'll zoom in. I'm trying to make some really complex sounds and just kind of go all over the place, and then what we'll do is we'll sample it out and go into Soundtrap and just pick and choose certain sounds that we like, and just make like a bass line out of that. Okay. I have to solo or unsolo. Make sure that these are the only things that are playing. Yep. Awesome. And let me also make sure here that this is on. It has to be on. And then, okay, so that's what I worked on first. So there's some kind of interesting stuff in there. I could create some more movement maybe. Like here, I could have something happening. Bring this down. It's just a matter of... And then for this one, what I'm going to do, so I'll take this one from scratch here. Instead of drawing in the lines myself with a mouse, I'm going to do it with an instrument I'm using, so called the push. So I just move my camera around here. So I'm going to be using this thing to record today. Oh. You might be familiar with what this thing is from summer camp. This is from last year's summer camp. This is the Ableton Push. This thing is made to work with the software. So you play in the notes. So these are all notes in the middle, but mainly I have it for these knobs that I can turn. Let me move my camera out of the way here. So I have it here so that I can move these knobs up here, and then they change the parameters down here. So if you look at Serum in the bottom left, you can see as I'm moving this knob, that's changing that slider there. And that's how I'm going to record these changes in. So, let me get back on myself. Sweet. So yeah, I'm going to just kind of mess around a little bit here. So let's see, what could we possibly do? Well, let's just mess around a bit. Got a high pass filter. Got a phaser maybe. All right. Let's see what we can do here. Interesting. Just doesn't want to record. Oh, this probably wasn't on record already. Let's see here. Let's try that again. And then that last bit, I could probably cut out. So let's then reveal everything I just automated. So so these lines are all showing me the path of the knobs I just turned. So macro 4, and what else did I move around? I moved phaser wet. Perhaps I want to start that out just completely off. Maybe we'll draw that one in. Start this one completely off. This one down, down. Okay. Let's see what we've got. So we move macro 1 here. Okay, and then the other thing I want to do is move around the rate of stuff. So, or maybe I'll have phaser come in certain spots as well. So, just gonna throw this effect on maybe randomly, all over the place, and then macro 3 can be up here. I don't know. I'm just kind of picking at random what I just random variations for each note. Maybe not the high pass filter. Yeah. So let's see, what else could we perhaps do on this? We'll have some group effects on everything afterwards, but I think for this, let's change the delay as well. Oh yeah, that's gonna result in some interesting sounding stuff. I'm gonna actually record that one in myself. do. So maybe like humps here and there. Perhaps I could then go in afterwards and change the LFO rate. So I'll do that one. Alright, so let's see what we can record with this here. So also, what did I just record? I recorded the delay wet. I'm going to leave that one there. It gets crowded pretty quickly. This is what it's all about, man. It's fine. It's fine. So right now I'm changing the speed of everything. So I'm actually going to draw this one in because I kind of want this to be more precise. Alright, so then I'll have it change every like measure, so. Let's hear this sounds. Let's select everything that's like under a certain level. Maybe like these two. I can't really do that, can I? Alright, never mind. I'll just move these up then. Use the draw tool. So all these ones that are down below a certain level, I'll bring them up. I'll bring up some more of these. And then maybe I'll go in here and then I'll do a little bit further. So I'll go like smaller divisions even. So it gets even crazier. I don't like those two figures. Maybe I'll kind of have this one going up there, that going up there. This one doesn't have to go that low. Maybe I don't like it to. Maybe I don't want it to be that fast. So I can bring this down. I kind of want to try this here. Okay, yeah. Yeah, it's cool. Not that fast there. Maybe only for a second, or maybe for the last, the second half. Yeah. There, something has to change drastically. Maybe it'll smooth out here. It won't go as crazy. Okay. actually kind of like how that changes in a weird spot. Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. What about macro 4? What is that doing? Oh, yeah, that's my high pass filter. Maybe that could go up there. Yeah, I think that can go up there. So we'll have the high pass go up in that one section. Yeah, and that'll happen there. We'll have it go up in speed there, and then down here, up, low, up, low, low. Let's try that. Oh. That might be too fast. Yeah, that's too fast. Yeah, that's good. That's good. Yeah, I can kind of just like slowly move this one around. Let's see how that kind of turns out. Yeah, and then we'll go through and we'll simplify the envelope. So and then maybe these two points I'll take down. I'm gonna throw an effect on it. That's cool. Okay, one thing I'm going to do real quick before I continue with all this sound design. I got a lot to go. I'm not going to go too crazy here. You might be saying that and be like, whoa, it's already sounding pretty crazy. How can you get more crazy than that? Well, you have only seen a tiny amount. You haven't even seen it yet. How crazy it can get? Well, it's up to you how crazy it can get. You know, it's your song, your sound. But yeah, I'm going crazy here with the sound design. I'm gonna maybe I'll make one more bass variation, a little more patch variation, do something more like this, and then I'll do like a chord sound and then an arpeggiato sound, and then I'll add those into our song, and we will make an arrangement out of it. All right. So then, this sounds pretty good. I will make a third copy here. All right. So I just want to go ahead and copy this whole thing. I'll just option drag. Oh yeah, the drawing thing is still on. I'll turn that off in a moment. I don't know why that defaults to on. I thought I turned that off. That shouldn't take any of the automation with it because nothing is assigned for this track yet. Good. All right. So let's see what this one's going, or what this one has going for it. Hold on. There we go. It's very similar to the first. That makes sense. Yeah, that hurts. It hurts the ears. That's probably all this distortion. Yeah. Let's try a different waveform, actually. Not bad. It could be better. Ooh, that's actually kind of nice. Yeah, like that. Ooh, yeah, that's really nice, actually. I don't even know if that needs any like modulation or anything like that. Yeah, let's do like this, and then maybe LFO2 rate can be modulated too. So, all right, we'll go ahead and configure real quick. LFO2 rate there, and then LFO3 rate as well. They're all controlling different things. And then all of the mods. What else could be controlled? Perhaps the wavetable position of, or the amount of FM. Yeah. Back or not record ready on the right one. Here we go. Can I do like a Add lane for each. Oh, I could have done that earlier. Jeez. Could have like right clicked and shown all automated lanes, but you learn something new every day. Well, that sounds crazy. Okay, tell you what. Let's do this. Delete that. Didn't actually delete the automation. Just delete the lane. Okay. So we'll go ahead and record. I'm just going to move every single knob a little bit just to get them all visible. Oh, that sounds good. Then I can do right click to show. And there they all are. Beautiful. So let's do something with them. Move this. All right, so LFO1 rate I want to bring down here. Alright, that's where we started. Let's try changing just like bits here and there. Okay, maybe this one can stay a little bit lower. This one can go higher, while the other ones go lower. Ooh, okay. That's kind of nice. That's kind of nice. We'll do kind of smaller divisions with the LFO1 because LFO1 is like our general rhythm. That's pretty nice. I like that. We'll mess with some other rates before that, though. Getting too fast. I don't know. Perhaps I'll speed this one up. Yeah. Mess with the warp some? Maybe some stuff to do with the timbre instead of the rhythm? Yeah! Then we get some weird sounding stuff going on. Maybe not so much there. Ooh. Well. What else could I bring up there? Let's try that. Let's try macro 2. In other places. Well, that changes like... That changes like the entire timbre of everything. Wow. Well then. Then here, let's do a nice ramp up on our high pass. And then ramp back down. Ramp up on the macro 1, and so on and so forth. I'll just do a couple more things here. Crazy effects with the rates here. Okay. Maybe not so much there. Yeah, that's better. And then something else here. Let's do something at random. Not going up too high. This we can go some little here, up here, down here, lower for this one, up for the lower for that one. Let's hear it. This one can be a little faster in places. Yeah. Not that much. Macro 2 can come up here. This is kind of the one that gives it like a different note. I'm gonna do it. Yeah, that's nice. Maybe this one can like slowly change. Macro 3. Yeah, it's like our distortion, but I'll bring that down here. I don't want it to go up so far. Yeah, that's about cool. And then maybe this section I'll leave unchanged, just kind of like a, and it'll be like a softer sort of bass. Yeah, there's that, and then maybe a faster, like an eighth note version of that. Okay, not that fast. We want, whoops. We want eighth notes, not 16ths, so this is gonna come down to about there. Nope. About here. 50 or 50. Then for LFO 2 rate, that can come up too. Not that far though. And then this one can vary. You know, just here and there. Give it some interest. This one too, why not? It'll drop out in places. This one maybe not actually. Maybe not. Kind of doesn't sound as good as I thought it would. Yeah, when it goes up, it's not that great, but the little dropouts kind of add some little variation in rhythm. So, excuse me. Woo. Excuse me. I'll be right back, guys. Gotta get some water. Right. Let's see. Probably heard everything. Hello, hello. We got 2 viewers. Hello, y'all. How y'all doing? And we are back. Awesome. I gotta get some water. Anyways, you might be asking, what's all this? Well, I'm making a couple sounds. I'm doing some sound design for our upcoming Soundtrap project, or for our Soundtrap project in progress. And I'm doing it in Ableton, and I'm doing it with the Serum app that I showed you guys the other day, and I've shown in a video the other day, of external software that you can use for like sound design and synthesis, because Soundtrap's rather limited in that aspect. So I'm using some of my software and some other synths out there to make some cool sounds to import into Soundtrap so we could use it in our song. Also to demonstrate some like concepts of synthesis and all that, and show you what's possible and how you go about, how people go about making crazy sounds like this. So specifically in this context, we're looking at bass sounds. I'm gonna go ahead and play through all of them and just like judge the job I've done. And we're not gonna take all of this. We're just gonna take bits and pieces. And then this kind of on the back section. Those sections at the end I might change. Whoa, I didn't know you could expand that. But yeah, that's what we're doing. We're doing some sound design. Okay, so we got those in place. Let's go ahead. Let's see what I've got on these two. I can't remember for myself. Oh yeah, these were patches that I was loading up the other day. That's our pad sound we made. That can come out of the group. Come out of the group. And this one can just disappear. Actually, I'm going to make the arpeggio sound of this. So, I'm going to stray away from bass sound design, and we're going to work on... Oh, by the way, I guess I'll go ahead and load up the project. I'm going to switch off my screen here because I don't quite... Yeah, didn't see that. Oh, there's another one. Darn. My screen got all out of whack. Okay. I'm going to quickly load up Soundtrap here. I don't have it loaded up quite yet. It will be just a short while here. Alright. On my 6 days left in my trial. Just got this week left. Alright. Let's see here. Go ahead and play through this real quick. Just to remind you all. But yeah, just think about arrangement. I'm gonna do something with this middle section here. I'm not sure what yet, but this is gonna sweep in and bring us to so it's not how it's gonna be, but we'll work on that. Specifically, this bass line is temporary. We have an affected part. Yeah, and it just goes on like that. Okay, so we're going to, of course, get a better arrangement for this, but let's get the sounds in, shall we? Let's get the sounds in. So I have a couple ideas of what I want to do. First of all, here there's a kind of an empty section here. I'm trying to think of the best way. So perhaps we could talk about, what the sections are going to be, but it's kind of hard to talk about that when we don't have the sounds. But regardless of that, so we could let's see here. This will consider our intro. I wish we had a way of making like markers. In Ableton, there's a way to do that. Like you could go in and say add locator, and then you could say like intro, right? And then here you could say like verse. So I'm going to assume that if you've listened to a song or studied what a song is at all, you would know that a song is made up of several parts, right? There's like pieces of the arrangement, like the intro, the verse, the chorus, the bridge, dropout, and the names of these parts of the arrangement vary slightly depending on the genre. Like not all songs will have like a breakdown section or like a drop section. Like not all songs are going to have a drop, obviously. Like that's kind of an exclusive EDM thing, but that's one of those examples. Like in electronic songs, you'll often have like a build-up section and then a drop section, but a lot of times you'll have an intro. Most always you'll have a verse and a chorus, depending on if it's like a traditional, in the sense song, right? In sense of structure. You have an intro, which will kind of bring in various parts and like gets you to know the song. It might not. An intro could be anything. It could be like some completely different statement. Like a lot of like rap songs, for example, will just kind of start out with sampling some other song or maybe some sort of speech or what have you. I'm trying to think of a good example. What's that? It'll come to me. I'm not exactly a rap fan, but it's like it was popular back in like mid 2019. The Travis Scott song. Yeah. The Travis Scott song that you'll know what I'm talking about. It was in that Fortnite concert. That'll probably click with y'all. If you remember the Fortnite concert with Travis Scott, it was that song, and it starts out with something completely different and completely different key, and then the rap beat comes in. That would be still considered an intro, even though it doesn't have it doesn't comprise like it's not really the same beat. It's still just an intro of the same song, but it could be some completely different phrase, whatever, what have you. But the goal here is to separate out the song into distinct sections, and each of those sections will have very distinct characteristics to them, and then maybe we'll have those sections repeat themselves in a certain order. Like we could have a verse that goes into a build up into a chorus, and then that drops back down, maybe in like a dropout section afterwards, and those sections could be different lengths. Instead of talking about it, let's just do it then. Let's just do it. So got some bass sounds here. Let's make a quick arpeggio sound, because in this we'll consider this the intro, right? This 1 to 8, and then 9 to 16 we'll consider like that, maybe like a primary verse or something. Just thinking of how long I want things to be. Yeah, perhaps this verse can also repeat itself. Alright, so then we'll do... Oh yeah, I have to disable the drawing. I'll go ahead and repeat the verse section. Need to move everything else forward to do that. That does not include the automation. That's annoying. That's really annoying. Well, it's not too hard to move that. We didn't do too much yet. So it's looking like you'll want to save your automation till the end. The sound trap, because moving tracks forward to make space, unless there is an option to make some room. Create region. Yeah, I'm not sure. But let's go ahead and combine. Let's go ahead and bring over these chords to the empty section. We'll have them continue on. Perhaps we'll have them filter out a little bit. Hollow sweep particularly is a high pass filter, so I'm going to bring this up here. Maybe I'll bring it. Bring this back to. Maybe I'll have like a nice kind of top beat going on in the background. Change it up here though. I don't want a kick happening at this point. Where are we in the arrangement? Right here. So I want to edit this clip particularly. Right here. Okay, where are we? It's not really obvious where the playhead is. I'm guessing it's then. Okay, I see it now. All right. So we're editing this clip. I want to just take the kick out. And then that can stay. Oh, I edited the wrong clip. Of course I did. The next one, I want to take out the kick from here. That's what I meant. Maybe without that tom at the beginning. Yeah, like that. And it's kind of empty right now. There's not really much going on because we need more sounds. We need something else happening in the background. That's what I want. That's why I want to have. That's why I was doing some sound design. You could also pick some stuff from Soundtrap. You could always do that, but I'm going the extra mile here and making my own sounds. All right, so then let's go back to this, shall we? I'm going to pick a nice starting patch so we can get this done quickly. Let's see. Keys. Oh, I don't know. I don't know. We want something plucked, right? Because we're making an arpeggio. An arpeggio being... I'll show you. I'm just going to pick kind of at a random... We'll do... Hello, sure. And we want to make sure that we're in the right scale here. Well, actually, what we'll do, because we're arpeggiating, we're just going to use the chord. Ooh, I don't have that, do I? Okay. Got an idea. So we're going to go to current project, FX, demo add-ons. I believe these are the chords. Nope, those are the chords, but with a rhythm. Same here. Where did I get the chords? I thought I had taken chords and put them in their own project here. Mastercraft. Yes, there they are. There they are. There they are. Nice. So an arpeggio, what it will do is it'll take these notes that are stacked up in a chord and it will alternate between them. I'm going to lower them down an octave first. So they're down here. And then put arpeggio on. It takes the form of an effect. Enables them. This is not something you can do in Soundtrack, by the way. Well, actually, well. I'm going to hold my breath here because... Yeah, actually, yeah, there is no way to do this arpeggio in Soundtrack. That's right. Yep. So you have to do it through a different program, but this is a pretty common thing. If you get a DAW, it will most likely have an arpeggiator built in. Anything that has to do with MIDI. It'll alternate between the notes. Move it after the bass. I could change the rate. I could change the order. So if I come down here, see, I've got all these settings for the arpeggio. Right now, I'm changing the rate of how fast the notes are going. But I got all these other options for order, so I'm going to try a couple more. I like that one. Now, another thing I could do is I could change steps, and that will add extra notes on top, but they'll be the same, depending on distance, though. If you do, like, up a certain amount of semitones, it'll repeat these notes, but it'll repeat them one semitone up, so it'll be like, or a couple settings I like to use for this is 7 semitones up, because then you'll have the original notes, and then you'll have a perfect fifth above for each one, so it'll be like this. If I do it for 7, or if I do it 7 semitones. Or you could do 12, so it goes up an octave. Trying some different sounds out. Let me add some stuff to my push so I can move some knobs around. Boop, boop. This one, this one, this one. this one. This patch would be perfect if these first waveforms blended. So I'm just gonna do that real quick, and then we can move the first knob around. Let's try a different waveform for this one. Oh, interesting. Yeah, no. That's a really nice sound, actually. I kind of like that one. So then, same as before, I'm going to modulate a bunch of stuff. So, go to the beginning, and move all the knobs here. And then, we want to add a lane for each, and now I can see everything. Beautiful. So, let me get rid of all of this. And then let's kind of just focus in on only this. Make each of them the same size. We don't need these to be different. Okay. This first one's vibrato. I don't know if I'm going to be using this. You know, actually, it might be kind of useful. Yeah, I don't know how useful. I'm not really a fan of vibrato. Well, I guess it's kind of nice. Ah, that's envelope. Filter. Maybe the other one can warp, not this one. Oh, you know what? Actually, quantize might sound cool. This one particularly. If that could be like slowly moving, then that would be perfect. Maybe quickly. Okay, yeah, this one can't be changing stuff with the compressor. Oh, damn, that's loud. Excuse my language. Sorry, man, it's really, really loud in my ears. Okay. I don't know if I like that. Yeah. Maybe I'll turn the filter back down. This one doesn't need to have so much drive. And there's this. This can come after the compressor. And we can, of course, change the rate that this thing is moving at. So we'll put that there as well. And then I'll do maybe the mix of that phaser. So this can also be automated. All right, then. Let's go here. And filter wet and LFO rate need to be added to the lanes here. So filter wet and LFO rate. Then I'll sharpen that envelope a little bit. Then I'll maybe try some, like, move this around. Maybe I'll just do a section with it down, and then like a section with it, with the filter, that is, because it's such a drastic difference. It's like you have this. Maybe it'll come in, out, and in here and there. I'm trying to figure out. Wait, I just want to cut this. I just want to like cut this in half here. Alright, we'll just do this much. I don't need that part. We can join these two together. Macro 1, let's just come out and mess with these. Vibrato. That's not going to do much when macro 2's down. What is macro 3 doing again? It doesn't seem to be doing much. Wave table position. Okay. So we'll turn down the filter wet here. Then the cutoff can come up here too. So these are going to be more gradual changes instead of like wild stuff. Maybe the vibrato will come up a bit, and the cutoff will come way up. So, let's see. The cutoff is on macro 2. Macro 2's down here, so that's actually going to come way up to here, and that's going to stay up for the rest of the time. So, we have now this. This can be hidden. Whoops. And then my filter can, or my effects can come back down here. And then that can probably come down sooner then. Then the phaser will start to come in. Quickly. Then it'll come right back out. And maybe the LFO will increase in rate here to compensate for that. Just linear, like going up smoothly like that. We're going to take this LFO and make sure that it's not synced to tempo. So we'll get something like this. Whoa, okay, that's a little much. Maybe we'll bring it up a little sooner so I can hear it increasing better. That gets crazy pretty quick. Okay, I won't bring it up that much then. I'll have it come down. Come up and then go down here. All right, awesome. Maybe another macro should move here. Macro 1. Move that around some. That's vibrato. They should really be named. This is not a thing you can do with serum though. It's weird. This is something I need to be doing a whole lot. Doing wavetable modulation. Okay, so I'll move that around some. Let's hear this whole thing. Let's see how it sounds. So we have our first variation, which is more of an arpeggiated thing. Using that filter, that low-pass filter to make those defined. Filter comes open. Then it moves around a little bit. I'm going to have it come down at the end and then also wash out with the filter. So, yeah, yeah, it'll come right out. And now, what else could we do? Let's see what we got. We got these. Oh yeah, I found this thing too. Let me turn it on. Yeah. We did a bunch of effects there on that. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take all of the ones in this group and I'm going to put them through some compression. Just to control their volume a little bit. So let's see here. To go into Ableton's compressor, let's go multiband. Let's do a multiband compressor. This one, this is a unique compressor in that it's kind of a compressor and EQ combined. Oh, we have another viewer. Hello. It's kind of a compressor and EQ combined because it basically splits it up into 3 separate frequency bands, or in the case of an EQ, it'd be like 8, right? Or 8. And in EQ, would have a bank of filters, but here you just kind of have like a compressor that works on a certain frequency range. So you have the low range, then you have the mid range, and the high range. I'm not going to edit this one too much. I just want to throw on a preset of this compressor that I like. It's called OTT. So this is a certain configuration of things that makes it sound a lot, well, fatter. It sounds a lot thicker, and it's kind of a dramatic effect. It might not be what I want, though. It kind of really slams it, so like without... And the reason I want this, I don't want it all the way slammed like that. I kind of want like part of it slammed, so I'm going to go half and half. I'm going to throw it through one of these. Next, I'm going to throw on some a little bit of saturation. This is like a form of distortion. We have 3 viewers. Oh, hi there. Hello. So it's going through the OTT, which is kind of slamming it a little bit. Going like halfway. So not getting into how it works too much, but I just like a preset that I like that kind of just does a lot of compression, but I'm only like hearing half of it. Yeah. But it makes it flattens it a little bit. Then I send it through a saturator, just to give it a little bit more, I don't know, thickness, I guess you could say. I'm bringing out like the harmonics with this. And it just kind of makes things sound more aggressive and fill the frequency range better and sound less weak. So like I said, a form of distortion, if you're curious about it, it's like a form of distortion. And I did a little bit on distortion like when we did like effects like day 1, but like there's a lot to get into with distortion and how it works exactly, and it's best to just know that it makes your sound richer. It makes your sound more full, take up more frequencies, and adds harmonics. So I'm going to add a couple harmonics here. I'm going to use maybe we'll mess with the settings a little bit. Let's see what we can come up with. Analog clip. Let's try that one. So for this one, I don't want to do all the way. Let's go like 30%. Let's try some different ones. So right now what I'm doing is I'm turning it off and back on to see if I can hear a kind of a significant difference. And it's just kind of adding a little bit, so that's good. That's all I really wanted to do. I just wanted to thicken it up just a little bit. I could add in some maybe master effects to everything, but I don't think that's necessary. So yeah, I'll just take this much, and at the end here we have this. This is not being affected by all the saturation and all that because that was just affecting the bases. Everything here is in a group, and then inside that group is all these bass tracks. You can see here like the little lines showing you those MIDI tracks. Then on this group I have several effects. So everything in this, on all these tracks, this, and that, are all getting sent through the OTT, through the saturator, and through the glue compressor. I might throw an EQ on after it. Just want to look and see what the frequencies are like. So let's just take it, just so we can see. Lots of harmonics, lots of stuff going on all over the place. This ain't just a bass. It's like this whole, like a whole spectrum thing going on. All right, well, with that in mind, or without that in mind, let's export this project. I'm going to export it into the Soundtrap song we're working on. All right, so it looks like everything's one after the other. This should be good. It goes till measure 77. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and render this out as an MP3 just to keep the file size down. We'll go from till measure 76. And yeah, that's fine. That's fine. There. Ignore the namings of all this experimentation. Where was I saving all of the projects for this? It doesn't matter where it's saved. I'm just going to put it into a new folder. Stuff. Soundtrap. It's not Sauce Strip. That was my old song. Or that was the song I made last. Check it out, soundcloud.com/semifuller. SoundCloud, yeah, soundcloud.com/semifuller. I have to double check that. I think it's Fuller Sound now. Let's see here. I'm going to do various, or bass, arpeggio, and okay. Let that render out. I believe the tempo is the same too. It's 125. 125. Okay, just double checking. Gonna wait on this for a little bit. Move this file right in Soundtrap. I want to see if I can drop it, drag and drop. I could just move the file directly in from my downloads folder into Soundtrap. That might be nice. Okay, it's going, doing all its stuff. Taking all of what I just did and just compacting it down into an audio file. Okay, it's done. Now let's go into our downloads folder. We want to go ahead and grab stuff to upload to Soundtrap. Just grab that, put it on our desktop, and to yes, I can do that. And now we have a bunch of audio. And now I can exclusively work in here. Ooh, yes, there was a pause. Is that supposed to be there, though? Let's go ahead and separate all these out to their separate parts. So we have this much. This kind of starts at measure 83. One. Yeah. So there was a 2-bar pause. Yeah, so I can cut that out. Then we have our affected one. Well, 2 repetitions of our affected one. Yeah, I might want to make a new version of this. I don't want those two to overlap. Okay. Let me try this again. I need to space these out a little more. Okay, I'm just going to get some of this out of the way here. I can close these down. We don't need them right now. Okay. So, we don't need this little clip at the beginning. I can hide all my automation. Much cleaner. So now we can actually see what's going on. So we have this spaced out. I don't know why this is spaced out the way it is. Let's take our bass and let's start it at measure 32. I'll take this, start it at measure 17. So I'll give us a nice bit of space in between each thing. Even between these, so it's just easier to tell for me where the different clips are. I think that's everything. Okay. Yeah. That's good. That's good. All right. Now that stops at measure 97. So let's do that again. Raise that to 97. Just as a MP3 is fine. I'll just go right to the desktop. Here's an arpeggio. We can just overwrite that old file. Replace. And we give it a minute. Now I'm gonna double check something after it finishes because it might have when I move the clips around, it might have moved just the clips and not the automation with them. We'll see. If so, I'm gonna have to do a whole bunch of undoing, a whole bunch of moving back and then selecting and moving forward and tedium. But we'll get it done. We'll get it done. Give it some time. Hopefully it just works. Hopefully it already has worked. Let's see. It appears to have done so. Yes. Yes. Yeah, I think it has. Okay, it has. Good. That turns right off after. That might be okay. That might be a good thing that it cuts right off. Alrighty, let's now move that into Soundtrap. I want to just grab this. Can I just grab it and then go over to? Yes, I can. So now we have a clear delineation. It seems like it has stretched it a bit. No, there's just a delay. There's just a delay to the start of this clip. So we cut out that. Cut out that. Cut that out. And start it here. We don't need that little blip at the end. Okay, we can listen to them all day, but we'll just split them up here. It looks like we have this one at the end is significantly lower than the others, but that's okay. That's okay. Then we have our arpeggio, so that's gonna go on a different track. That's the end there. That can go. So this is specifically the part I wanted to add in that silence that I had created earlier. So then let's take these and we'll make a couple new tracks. So we'll make a... I would like to not have this enabled. Let's just do an amp. I just want an amp. Voice. Clean. Just want like a basic audio track. Nothing fancy. Nothing fancy. In fact, I'll just duplicate this track. Why not? Duplicate. No, nope. That's the. It is a key shortcut from another program. Okay, duplicate track. Here we go. So I just want to say this is arpeggio. Imported arpeggio. And then the imported bass. Imported bass. So then we have these three things here. Well, these can move down. These can move down. These could stay up. These are all basses. And that's an arpeggio. Let's move this down to the beginning. Or to measure 17. Let's see how it mixes with... Okay, first problem is it's lagging quite a bit. So we gotta kind of have it line up some. Maybe if I brought it forward some? See what I mean? They're kind of that's where I wanted it. And I'll have to do some more for the beginning as well, just to kind of introduce this. Yeah, I want to have some arpeggio at the beginning as well. guitar can come back in, perhaps. Or maybe that could do like this. Like one of them. I just want to copy this and bring it here. And then I'll have just this happen on measure 4. Or, yeah, right here. Like on beat 4, that is. It's like a pickup. Maybe. There's more that needs to be done with this transition, of course. One of those things being muffled, or automation. So, like, I'll bring down that filter on the pad. I don't think that note ever played. And then maybe we'll do something with the bass. So, now, how are we going to work that in with the existing bass? Am I going to keep the existing bass? I'm not sure about this yet. But we've got this other material to work with now. Also, we've got this. That was supposed to fit in somewhere. Like I played it and it was working. So maybe I'll make its own track. Oh gosh, I keep making more bookmarks. Duplicate. And put this in the beginning. Or maybe with the chorus. Forward some more. Ah! Alright, let me go back to it. Let me just move the playhead back here. And zoom this in. I'm going to delay it a little bit, see how it sounds now. Nope, too much. Too much. It's done. It's the same melody. I'm just not sure if it's kind of the mood. I was set on this the other day, but now hearing it again, I may have changed my mind. I'm gonna take it out. I'm not sold. I'm not sold. So arrangement-wise, this would be kind of I'm considering this a. I guess you could say this would be the intro. This measure 1 to 8. It starts out with the guitar and the pad. Then this could also be like a continuation of the intro, or like a mini verse. This isn't 100% yet what it's gonna be. I think what we're gonna have is like an intro where this beat comes in, and maybe we have a melody that happens here. So like this verse will end up being twice as long, and then it'll go into this build-up section, and this build-up section maybe will be half as long. So I'll be using part of the arpeggio maybe here, and then there. Actually, well, I'll leave it the same length, and we'll have a more happening first of all. So I have to go in and move all this forward, but like this section might be twice as long. This one will stay the same. This will be like a build-up section where we just kind of have stuff that leads you into this chorus where the bass line will take over. Well, not exactly take over, but will be happening at the same time. And there even could be maybe a or I could redo this where it would be just bass and none of the chords or anything. None of these. This wouldn't be there, or that wouldn't be there. So it would just be like the beat. Just out of curiosity, I want to see how this sounds with the beat. Turn the bass that's there off. So it's a little too crazy right now. It's gonna take some slicing up. So like this first bit, I'm just gonna actually like. Ableton's great for these kinds of ways of composing, like slicing bits of audio up and picking and choosing, because what I could do is just like have all this laid out vertically instead of horizontally, but we got what we got, so we're going to work with it. So I'm going to just kind of take subdivisions of this, because each one's kind of got a different style to it, different like automation going on, so I can maybe pick and choose the ones I want to sequence here. So how does this first bit sound? So we have these options for E-flats, right? And then this one. Even these two are even different, right? I kind of like this first little bit. Can't cut? What are you doing? I'm going Apple E. I guess it can't make that small of a cut. What? Wow, it can't split it that small? Oh, duh. I didn't have it selected. There we go. Maybe I don't want to cut off that last note. Or maybe I just want the first two. So I'll take that. And copy. Paste. And take this one. And just sort of piecemeal this together. So, kind of get an idea of what's happening here. I'm going to go back to our options. Oh, I'll bring these a little closer. We got a lot of options. Bring these over. Okay. What about... We'll pick something from the magenta. Oh, more E flat here. I'll take that first one. Select first, then split, copy, and paste. And let's hear how it sounds. Yep, coming together. I'll bring this a bit forward. Whoops. Didn't mean to do that. This still needs to be brought forward a little bit, so I'll select, split, remove, bring this back. Look at that, do something like that. Don't. Maybe I'll have these be eighth notes. Do. I'll have another little thing happen. That. I want that. Particularly. Alright. On there. Since that changes chords early, I'll find something with a D now. So it was E flat, then D. So we got that to work with and this to work with. Or we have this. Ooh, that's kind of cool. I'll have that variation there. Copy. And if we get the timing just right, it can kind of groove. I'll zoom in a little. A lot. It did change early. Maybe I want to have it like start early here. Change right there. All right, change to the other note. Ooh, that's a little off. That's kind of sick. Okay, I'll take that. I'll take that. What about here? Maybe this middle one or this third one. Bring that down there. Continue it over a bit. I'll have that repeat. And then you can start to see a bass line taking shape, right? It's gonna go back up to an E flat, so something else now, and so on and so forth. I'd rather not. I mean, it's kind of cool watching this process. I think it's kind of cool watching the bass design process, but I suppose to talk a little bit more about arrangement, right? So this is, I'm gonna consider this the drop section, right? Because it's gonna be some crazy switching between all sorts of bass samples to make a cool sounding bass line. But that's the purpose of this section, and that's going to be about 16 measures long, or this is actually 8 measures long, but it will end up being 16 measures long. So in preparation of that, so what we'll do actually, we'll have it 16 measures long. Then we're going to have an 8-bar break. So we'll have a little 8-bar. What tracks, electronic tracks sometimes do is they'll have a little break section in between a long drop section to kind of like build you back up into into a second drop, like some with some variation. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to have drop A, and then I'm going to have a build up again into drop B. So this is kind of, I guess you could call this like a, well, I haven't really touched, oh, wait a minute. Oh yeah, I'm working this section here at the end, but yeah. Eventually this baseline will be over here, and I'll get everything in line. Okay, intro, verse, and then this could be build up / verse here, from here to here, and then this could be where the bass starts to happen. I don't know if I want to leave this in or not. That's why I'm kind of hesitant to move all of this back. Oops, something happened there with that clip. I don't know what. I think it got off a little bit somehow. Yeah, it definitely got off somehow. I need to just delay these like by probably that much. Probably that little clip's worth. Come on. Let me drag you. No, I didn't want to change the length. Just wanted to drag it a little bit forward. I'm torn. I'm really torn. But here, let's try it. Let's try it with just this bass first. Okay, move that back. I want to see how it sounds going right into it. Right into it. We'll mute this one again. Definitely can't have the guitar and this going at the same time. They conflict. They definitely conflict. But all that could be together, sure. So imagine this repeats and has some sort of pattern over the next 8 bars. This will be the build up into the second drop. So that's going to be first drop. Okay, I can't. I gotta get rid of it. I gotta get rid of it. It's not gonna work. It's not gonna work. So we have gotten gotten rid of the old baseline. Yeah, we're now free of it. We don't have to worry about trying to incorporate it anyway. So, we're just going to be working with these bass sounds, and if I don't like them, I'll go in and I'll make a new one. Because I just wasn't sold on that old one, and that old bass line. Kind of want to make it like a whole new rhythm entirely. This can definitely not be happening. This could be happening too, but maybe we'll have a different sound for the chords here, something a little bit more hype. Let's try just like turning it off. Yeah, that just adds mess. That's not going to be good there. This will have to be... Let's do like a Plastic Craft 3 or like a Chord Sound 3 or something like that. So... pad 1 or pad 3, right? So we'll have some other sound. Maybe perhaps we could find one in Soundtrap that's better. Or we could keep consistent and do a variation of Plastic Craft. So because we duplicated, we could sort of do that. Oh, Ableton's still playing. Let me turn this off real quick. Something down here is happening. I'm not sure where it is. Okay, my MIDI is not working right now. I'm gonna move these 2 clips down here. So we got some effects on it. I'm going to turn them off. Oh, well, it's just reverb and compression. Get it looping here so I can tweak it. It's seeming like all these notes are too low. Let's bring them up all. Let's bring all of them up here. So let's merge them together so I can select all the notes down at once here in the piano roll. Move this up to a G1. Huh. pretty dope. I'm not gonna lie. I like that. I like that. Let's hear it with the bass. It could work. It could work too. We'll start this out. Stuff's down. Yeah, I need to do more of this bass line to get it to kind of continue. So in between now and next class, I'm going to, or next live stream session, I'm not sure if you really call this a class. It's kind of just watch me make this song for you. But I hope you're learning stuff along the way. I'm kind of not really going too much into explanation on all these things because there's just like a lot to do at this point. So what did we do today? I guess we could kind of review. So we took this song or we took stuff in Ableton. We made some sounds in Serum. I made some stuff with oscillators and filters and automation and all that. In Ableton, I just took the knobs and parameters inside of Serum and I moved them around automatically with all these points. And I did that for the bass line and for the pad, the arpeggiator as well. We might find some pad/chord sounds in here. That way we could kind of vary them over time as well. And like have some automation going on to kind of lead us into other sections. But yeah, we did that today. Got some audio out of Ableton and then brought it into Soundtrap where I made some separate tracks to house the different pieces of audio. I split up the bass line into a whole lot of pieces, and I'm just kind of picking and choosing little bits that I like and making like a rhythm out of it, rather than it being some kind of like crazy, all over the place automated mess. I did that so that I could get a range of cool sounding like effects and timbres and start to just like chop them up and put them together in an interesting way, and that's how I like to make my bass lines. That's just kind of a personal thing, and you could do it by automating it in Serum and then just getting it just right to be that one gesture, and then or like setting up the patch so that when you play a note it does all the stuff that you want it to do. But I like for my sounds to be crazier, or to be I keep using the word crazy. Maybe I should switch up my vocabulary. But if you want your sounds to be more, I'm thinking I want my sounds to be more interesting. So I'm just kind of moving things at random, and then I'm finding little bits that are really nice within it. So like I'll just move around. There's lots of crap. Like lots of crap comes out of it too. And not all of this sounds amazing. It might sound wacky and weird, but if you find you can find little pieces and you just put those together in a rhythm that sounds nice, the rhythm that works with the beat, and you've got something really cool just by taking randomness and just picking and choosing parts you like, and that's. Other plugins will do this as well. There's like synthesizers that are built around giving you the option to randomize stuff. In fact, Soundtrap does that as well. It's got a randomize button right here. So if I wanted to, I could take this pad sound. I'm not going to do it because I like this one as it is. But I could randomize the patch, and it would change all of the parameters inside, all of this stuff, and it would give you a totally different sound. But you could just do that, and then you find ones you like, and you save them. So it kind of was following the same philosophy here. I move stuff around. You get different sounds as you go through different stages of this automation, and then you record it out. You look at it a different way, and you think, oh, look, there's this little bit of audio that sounds really good from here to here. I'm gonna cut that out and use it in conjunction with this and this and this. And it's like you stitch and you make like a jigsaw puzzle. Perhaps I could call this like a baseline, my way of making a baseline, retitle the video and such. But yeah, I think that's pretty good content for today. Yeah, so like I said, gonna be cutting up this baseline and making something from here to here, and perhaps another variation on this other end. So I'll have like drop 1 and drop 2, and we'll have some sort of very major difference between the two drops, and I've yet to decide what that is, because music or I don't know, this doesn't happen instantly. I'm still kind of I'm just experimenting here. It's all just a big experiment, and you kind of find little. I've gotten this result so far. I like this, but I don't know what else I'd like to do. It's just gonna take more time, and because I'm trying to keep these live streams below or at max 2 hours, maybe a little bit longer. Gonna come back tomorrow on this one, and we're gonna continue making the sounds and putting them together. Of course, we're gonna have a lot more done. It's gonna be a much more arrangement focused on I say on Tuesday, but tomorrow, right? Same thing. Yeah, come on back. We'll continue to work on the beat. If you've been hanging around and popping in, you could say hi. You could also collaborate. Soundtrap has built-in collaboration features, and I invited both of my students here. But right, I would like to perhaps collaborate with students at some point. So, gotta keep reminding y'all. All right, I will be back tomorrow. Like it says on the screen, Tuesday, 11:30. Be here. If you want to see some music making, you want to get inspired maybe and make your own projects in Soundtrap. If you decide to make your own projects, you're a student of mine, I could I could do like review sessions where I like open one up and like help mix it or whatever. It's up to y'all. Let me know. Oh, hey, hello. You could have said that you were here. Hi there. But yeah, that's to you. Just if you'd like to like make a project and collaborate, free to help you, and you are free to help me.